Hello, my friends. Hello, hello, hello. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? My streaming software seems to be slightly confused on that subject. Hang on a second. You can't hear me, can you? Or can you? Oh, can you or can you not? You can! Okay. See, for a second, my streaming software was like, I don't know, can they hear me? I don't know. My streaming software was just like, am I gonna work tonight? Am I gonna work tonight or am I just gonna take the night off? Well, anyway, good to know. Yes, nailed it first time. But bam! Hello! Hello, hello, hello. Hello in chat. Hello to Quancoda. Hello to Jan Tui, a taxi service. Pierce Burns. Hello. Yes, great. Loud and clear, says Danielle Williams. Excellent. Well, hi there. Welcome to the live stream. Oh, hey, I tell you what, it's nice to be back. It's good to be back. Your girl's been going through it. I've been going through it. It's been a rough week, and if you're in the UK and you're queer, obviously things are a little tense tonight because of the old Supreme Court case coming down tomorrow morning, but we'll talk about that later on, maybe. So yeah. Oh hey, Katra Vagina says, hi Abigail, just want to let you know you're an inspiration to start Seattle Voice Lab training on Sunday, have a first laser session on Monday. There you go, congratulations, I'm putting another mark on my Transphobia. Hey, congratulations, that's awesome. Seattle Voice Lab, they'll take good care of you. Big 2 thumbs way up to Claire, she's really good. I mean, you know, as I'm sure you can tell, I've even been getting a little bit lazy with my voice training lately, or just kind of letting it resonate not quite in the right place, and if only she was here to just apply a corrective. But no, Claire will take good care of you. Anyway, oh hey, PO1GR3STR says, first stream I've catched. Hey, welcome. Gotta be an easy way to say that. Welcome along. It's so nice to have you all here. I'm excited. So I'll tell you what, whilst people are still coming in to the chat, music's a bit loud, someone says. All right, cool. Let me just, I will turn down the music just a little. Turn the music down a little bit there. And let me just turn up the microphone. Okay, how's that? Let me see. Okie dokie. So, while we wait for people to come in to the stream, I will start the stream in the traditional manner, as is tradition, by lighting a candle. So here we go. Whoops, I just spoke to you. Sorry. Oh, the big candle. It was a Christmas present from my manager. I know what I like. Oh! Ooh, my legs are sore. I did a really big leg day 2 days ago in the gym, and now I'm just like hello. Let me move that so you can see. Oh, it's a big candle. Well, hello everyone. Welcome along. Double special welcome if it's your first time on the stream. If you super chat me, then I'll do my best to shout it out. Always good to keep those super chat questions short and sweet, just in case I don't have a lot of time to read them. And oh yeah, the other thing is we just like the chat to be a nice, lovely, cool place. So, someone says, is big candle scented? I don't know, might be, I think it's candle scented. It's got that new candle smell. Gurge says, do you shoot film? Like, do I have a camera? Do I shoot like photography? No. That shit's for nerds. No, I'm an in front of the camera girl, not a behind the camera girl. That would be such a flex though, to shoot a YouTube video and like film, to shoot it like 35mm and upload that. That would be amazing. Or probably like a good policy too, because it's like infinitely scalable, right? But no, I shoot the crew shoot on whenever they shoot on, and I'm just like, it's the camera. You know me. Pie flavor, says Pierce Burns. It's such a relief to be here in a positive mood after watching a really sad Philosophy Tube video, says Icky Frogs. Oh, which one was really sad? Was it the death one? That was pretty sad. Hi Philosophy Tube, my boyfriend introduced me to you and now I love you. Thank you. That comes from Shadow Facts. Hey, nice. Welcome along. Welcome along. Welcome along. Awesome. I'm not a shutterbug, no, I'm not. Shutterbug is someone who takes pictures. I have a lot of friends who are into photography. November, my podcast co-host, she's super into photography, and so is Devin. They both are, but I'm all about being in front of it, I'm afraid. Yeah. Hey, Avanos, it's your first stream too. Somebody says, I like your bracelet setup. Can you give us a tour? Yeah, let me turn on my... I just fancy being a little more tough lately. I got myself a new leather jacket too, and some new leather boots. Just felt like it. Just wanted to be a bit more of a lesbian about it. And also I'm getting in really good shape at the moment. I'm getting really muscular because I'm training up to shoot a big action thing. And so I thought I'd lean into it, wear more vest tops, just being a bit more gay, being a bit more punk, I was thinking today, I was like, maybe I should go blonde once I've finished filming the thing I'm filming. I'll grow it out a bit more, maybe. And then maybe when it's a couple inches longer, maybe I'll go blonde. I don't know. I was suddenly struck by it. I was like, why not? Why shouldn't I? What's stopping me? Why not? So, I don't know. But yeah, we'll see. Trad era next, says Johnny D. No, I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. Mux Levy says it's 3 a.m. in Perth. Hey, all right. Sleep tight. Somebody's got to study good James Joyce. All right. Cool. Anyway, we're here to talk about the previous video that I made. So let's take a look at it, shall we? It's called Was Nietzsche MAGA? And I tell you what, we'll look at this. This is part 2 of the Nietzsche series. We'll look at this and we'll also look at part 3, which was the Nebula exclusive, which was when I sort of applied the Nietzschean principles to talk about a video game called The Outer Worlds. So we'll talk about that. Gurge in chat says shutterbugs are in front of the camera. Pretty sure shutterbugs are people who are like into taking pictures. Pretty sure. Might have to check that out, but anyway, yeah. So we'll talk about both of them. Hey ho, shall we? Why not? Yes. So, as you will know, if you have seen the live streams before. Whoa, sorry, my software just freaked out for a second. As you know, if you've seen the live streams before, I have 3 criteria for judging my own videos. And if it meets those... Whoa! I'm getting echo. Sorry. Software's a little janky tonight. Yeah, I have 3 criteria that I use for judging my video. Was it made from curiosity, not ambition? Is it my unique creative vision? And have I made it out of compassion for myself and others? I'm actually going to start with the Nebula exclusive one. So this one, is it made out of curiosity, not ambition? Yes. I wanted to make something weird and artsy. I wanted to make something like cheap that we just film in my flat. I wanted to make something that just was like, just spoke to me and just came straight out of my heart. Danielle Williams says that they have part 3. Okay, awesome. Thank you. So yeah, and I wanted to talk about this video game because it is genuinely one of my favorites. It's one of my favorite games that I played, and I also really did play it when I was thinking so much about nihilism and like going through a bit of a crisis towards the tail end of last year. So I wanted to talk about it and how much it moved me. I wanted to try something different too. I wanted to figure out how to capture game footage from a PlayStation because I've never done that before in a video, and I was like, that's a good skill to know. And so I just felt like I wanted to give it a go. It's almost like a little bit of a just because I'm hearing H Bomber Guy's voice on the music track because he's sampled on this track I'm listening to. It's a little bit of an H bomb. I'm just like, what if I just talked about a video game for a bit, you know? Not to compare myself to him, but you know, he's a level above. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about this video game. So was it made from curiosity and ambition? Yeah, definitely. Is it my unique creative vision? Yeah. I think it is. Like, it's a pretty standard format, like video essay about a video game, you know, and I filmed it all in my flat with the costume and the makeup that I devised. Did all the costume and makeup myself too. You can see the star patterns, which is like outer space, but also calls back to the Black Star trilogy if you're familiar with that on the channel. Yeah, that's my butt. That's my butt. So yeah, I was pretty pleased with that. And finally, was it made from curiosity? Was it made out of compassion for myself and others? Yeah, I think it is. This one is definitely about being kind to oneself. Me being kinder to myself. Magnus Bo says, is the third one out yet? It's Nebula exclusive, the third one. So yeah, it's is it my unique creative vision? Yeah, I think it is. Compassion for myself and others? Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I just felt moved and I wanted to create something to embody that feeling. And so I did. And a lot of people said that they really liked it too, which was really, really nice. And a lot of people said that it really spoke to them and touched them, and also that it made them wanna play the video game too, which is really nice because I love the game and I think it's fantastic. So yeah, giving myself 3 out of 3 on that one. And I do check out the game. Do check it out. It's good. And now for was Nietzsche MAGA. So I'm gonna do these in a different order this time, and you'll see why. Was it made out of compassion for myself and others? Yes, I think it is. It's definitely made out of compassion for my friend who voted Trump, or tried to be anyway. And I tried to make it out of compassion for myself too, and like trying to understand and sincerely get where he was coming from. Was it my unique creative vision? Yes, I think it was. I spoke on the previous live stream about how this Nietzsche parts 1 and 2 were inspired by Brian David Gilbert and by shitty kickflips. I think I took the inspiration that they gave me and kind of made it my own and made it into like an educational video essay. So there's a little bit of like Brian David Gilbert's Unraveled in there, and a little bit of shitty kickflips too. No, thank you says none of these criteria are related to the accuracy of the video. Yeah, absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Yeah, that's deliberate. Because I approach it as like an artist. That's absolutely deliberate. I approach these as like creative, artistic expressions. Like as an actor and a writer. Yeah, 100%. And also like my criteria are about the process of making it and whether I'm making, especially since I have to make something several times a year indefinitely. Part of my practice as a video essayist is, well, I'll give you a peek behind the curtain here. Part of my practice is trying to develop a way to make video essays sustainably. Because I have seen creators make fantastic videos that are emotionally powerful and resonant, but it is not sustainable for them to continue doing it. Because when you some creators put a piece of themselves into it in an unhealthy way, and it's like you've like run out of wood and you're like cutting off your own arms and burning it. And so I've seen video essayists who burn out or who deal with like substance abuse problems, because they aren't creating art in an emotionally sustainable way. So that's what I'm trying to do with these criteria. It's like, okay, am I doing this in a way that is not seeking fame and glory and views and clicks? Like, you'll notice my criteria on like, I want to get 100,000 views or whatever. It's just about like, am I creating art in a way that is responsible to myself and to my audience? I can't set my criteria being accurate every time. It's impossible to do that. And like, you know, we'll talk a little bit later on about things that I did get wrong. But so my criteria are more based in like, what's it like as an artist to make stuff consistently on YouTube, you know? That's where they're coming from. So is it my unique creative vision? Yeah. Did I make it from compassion to myself and others? Yes. The final one though, was this video, this second one, made from curiosity, not ambition? And this time, I don't know if it was. And I'll tell you why. So, I went to see... it was after the Nebula cut was already out, but it was just a couple of days before the YouTube version came out. And I went to see Judith Butler live in London. They were being interviewed by Ash Sarkar. And they said something that really stuck with me. They said that there's a common practice, especially on social media, to slap a label on something that comes with a judgment. And people do that instead of thinking critically. And so they said something like it's good to try and cultivate the patience to sit with material that might be difficult or that might be challenging or that might not make immediate sense, and to see what we can get out of it by using our patience and our critical thinking skills. And they lamented that the pressure of social media makes that difficult sometimes. And as I said that, I realized that's kind of what I did with these 2 Nietzsche videos, is that I think I got excited about the format, and the new format was exciting, was fun, was funny, and I was like, oh, this is going to do really well. And I think I ran with that. And there were times when I just glossed over things or skimmed past things that I could have sat with. And there were a couple of occasions when I like slapped a label on it. So like literally, right? So there was one line that was in the original Nebula cut, which I then removed, and also removed from the YouTube version. So if you were on Nebula early, you might have seen this. But if you just watched the YouTube version, you won't have done. So there was this line where I said, sorry, like Care623, I'm just going to try and bookmark your question there and get to it in a second because I'm in the middle of something. So there was this moment where I said in the original cut, I was like, Nietzsche was pretty much a white supremacist, and then like moved on from that. And I realized, hang on a minute, what I mean here is, by viewing his work through the lens of white supremacist theory, and in particular how white supremacist theory interacts with anti-Semitism, there are interesting things to learn, right? And it causes some things to line up, and it can be an interesting, thought-provoking lens through which to view his work. That's what I meant, but that's not what I said. I said pretty much white supremacist and moved on. And it's like, I did what Butler talked about. I slapped a label on it, slapped a judgment on it, and skipped over the critical thinking part. And I'm like, that was ambition talking. That was ambition. That was saying, I'm going to make a great video. And the video did well. It got views. Like, it did fine. Did really well. But that's ambition. That wasn't curiosity. That wasn't 100% the philosophy tube way. So I was like, lesson learned there. That like, I think these 2 videos on Nietzsche, I think they're good. I think they're fun. I think they're funny and entertaining. If they provoke people to go and read more Nietzsche, that's great. I think in a way, and I'm going to talk about this more on the next video, I think in some ways they're less than the sum of their parts. There's like good things in there, but then they kind of, you stand back and they don't quite hold up. So I'm so proud of them, because like, you're proud of the things that don't go so well too. But I think they just like weren't, what I said about it, you know. Don't have any more notes about that. Yeah. I just think there would have been like a cleverer way to do it. I'm going to talk a bit more about this in part 1 of the Jefferson series too. Care63 asks, you've said in the past you only put feelings into videos that you've already processed. Was the Outer Worlds video as raw as it felt? No, I had processed it. Like it was very, very raw when I captured the emotions, when I bottled them. And then as I started writing it pretty much like when the election results came in. But then I was in a place of despair for a few weeks and then kind of came out of it. And then made that video. So it was designed to feel raw. Yeah. Amy Fist says, yeah, ironic for a Nietzsche video to be overly ambitious. Yeah, maybe. Yeah. But there you go. That's all part of the creative journey. So the other thing I can tell you is that this video was actually filmed on the same day as the other one. The first one we filmed before lunch, this one we filmed after lunch. I think you can kind of tell because the energy is a bit low down. Oh, so somebody had a great question. This is Vampirwave on Tumblr asks whether part 3 was inspired by the work of Jane Schoenbrum, We're All Going to the World's Fair. So I've never seen We're All Going to the World's Fair, but I have seen I Saw the TV Glow, and there was a little bit of I Saw the TV Glow in there. I think that's a very I Saw the TV Glow shot, right? So yeah, definitely there was a little bit of that in there. That was deliberate. Yeah, I'm just gonna move some windows around so that I can see what I'm doing. Yes. So this part 3 was filmed entirely in my flat too. It's just filmed in my living room / shoes room. I don't know if you can see there's some like shoes in a big pile just out of shot. Yeah. Somebody says I literally just saw the TV Glow 4 hours ago. Congratulations on your transition. That movie was so good, man. I fucking love that movie. I cried so much. Still cry every time I see it. It was also really funny how cis people just did not get it. So I sent it to my parents, and they were like, yeah, we didn't get it. What was this movie about? I was like, what? How did you not get it? I was like, no, if you hadn't told us it was a trans thing. They don't say it like that. They sort of said, if you hadn't, they said, if we didn't know it was a trans thing. I was like, okay. That's cool. Hell yeah. Good film though. Really good film. Highly recommend if you haven't seen it. Armin Gook says, where can I see that movie? Wherever good movies are seen, baby. I think it's on, I want to say, is it on HBO? Or is it on Hulu? It's on somewhere. Just go see it. And then check out The People's Joker, which is a great like companion piece. I saw the TV Glow on like the horror version and the comedy version. Like, yeah, for God's sake, watch The People's Joker. Like, brilliant, amazing film. I love it. I've also, I hope she doesn't mind me saying this. I've read the script for the thing that Vera's doing next, and it's so good. I hope she doesn't mind me saying that. But yeah, it's sick as fuck. Like, go watch The People's Joker. The People's Joker, baby. Oh, people say it's on Max. Cool. So it's on HBO Max. Cool. Cool. Whoa! God, my computer's a bit jumpy tonight. It's just every time I'm trying to do something, it's like Just calm down, computer. It's okay. Just relax, little computer. So ordinarily I talk about the research process of the video. But given that the research process was like pretty much the same as the last one, because it was all like one big Nietzsche research process, I don't want to spend too much time on that because I've already covered it on the last live stream. So, Christopher Moniz, wow, oh my gosh, thank you for that $50 super chat. Thank you so much. Super happy to catch you live. My question is, how are you experiencing this ridiculous moment we're living in the West? Has it affected your plans to come to the States? I hope not. How am I experiencing it? I'm fucking experiencing it. I wish I wasn't. I mean, not to be too much of a downer, but there's a British Supreme Court case due at 9:45 tomorrow morning, which could be nothing, or could be I can't use a public toilet anymore. So, I'm experiencing it. Christopher. I'm trying to do my job. Trying to write, create art, trying to live. Trying to be there for my friends, my partner. Trying to survive. Trying to survive and stay. And, you know, it's no good surviving if you let yourself become cynical and tough and vicious. And sometimes I can feel myself getting that way, you know, just because everything's a fight. Everything's a fight all the time. Just to get healthcare, just to get a job, just to get an audition, just to get anything. It's just, nothing's easy. It's just things that used to be one email and now 20 emails, and it's like every day it's just like ding ding ding. But hey, I got it easier than many, easier than most. Also, recency bias. I had a really bad week. A really bad week for reasons I can't talk about. I had a bad week. So right now I'm not so good, but you know, I'm also dieting, which always makes me annoyed. Makes me irritable, you know. Like, oh, I want a cookie, but I can't have a cookie. So, whatever. It's fine, you know, I'm staying alive. Trying to help people. Trying to focus on positive news where there is some. Jan Tui says they should be starting HRT soon. There you go. Bad things happen, but the world keeps on turning and more of us keep coming out. I guess for all the reasons I said in that part 3 video about the outer worlds, it's like, I don't know what's gonna happen, but, you know, people do amazing, hopeful things in really dark situations. And it's like, well, you gotta be one of the lights, not part of the darkness, I suppose. So yeah, I'm doing my best. Thanks for asking, though. I appreciate it. You know what? It's gonna sound a little like influencer-y, but it's genuinely true. You know how every month I do a little announcement on Twitter and Instagram, Twitter, Blue Sky and Instagram, where I print out the list of my top Patreon patrons and I thank them. I actually really dread doing that because I always I worry like posting about anything on Patreon just because I feel like my patrons are so generous. I'm like, I don't want to bother you. You know what I mean? I'm just like, I don't want to post anything unless it's perfect because I don't want to like ever bug the people who give me like $2 a month because I'm just like, I love you and like, I demand you to pay my rent, right? So I dread kind of looking at the Patreon and interacting with it. If you're on the Patreon, you'll know that I almost never answer my Patreon messages. I'm much easier to get on like Tumblr or something because I'm just like afraid of going anywhere near it because I'm afraid if I touch it, then it'll all just... I guess it's kind of like imposter syndrome, kind of. But anyway, I did the Patreon thank yous the other day and I had a few new patrons. And then looking down that list of names and just thinking that, wow, everyone in there believes in me. Especially after I'd had a really bad week and like I'd really, really kind of been kicked in the teeth by life. And then just been like, wow, there's hundreds of people who believe in me. Even if believing in me just means that they give me like $5 a month. And I just had a little cry by myself. It's going to sound so like influencer-y. But like genuinely it was true that I sat there that afternoon writing out the list of names and just I felt really, I was like, wow, okay, I'm not on my own here. Like, there's people who believe in what I do, even if someone else doesn't. So, yeah, there you go. Rose Sarafilovich says, I've got notifications turned on. I love getting updates on Patreon. Okay. Well, thanks. There you go. Omicol says, you and all the Kill James Bond gang have brought such hope and joy during this mess. Yeah. We'll keep podcasting to the end, baby. We're going to be podcasting on the deck as it tilts to 45. We're like, still podcasting. There you go. I don't think the mic got quiet. I think I got quiet there because I was talking under my breath because I was sad. But there you go. Yeah, I have a friend who's a BBC journalist, actually. He's a very wise guy. He's one of my most intellectual friends. And I talk to him a lot about when I'm upset about trans stuff. Because he's makes me believe in allies. He's like just a cis-het white guy who's just like, yeah, Abigail, you're my friend, and I don't like that they're doing this to you. And he's fond of saying to me, like, well, there are no eternal political victories and no eternal political losses. Like, no political project lasts forever. Look at something like the Roman Empire. Didn't last. It's in ruins. So we look at all the stuff coming out of the UK, and we look at all the stuff coming out of Trump and stuff, and we're like, and he's always reminding me, like, this is gonna feel bad, but just remember, like, you're gonna live another 50 years. There are no final political victories and no final political defeats. So yeah, whatever the Supreme Court case in the UK says tomorrow, that's the crazy thing. Is like, I gotta go to work tomorrow. Like, I gotta go to rehearsal. I'll just be like, hi everyone, like, I'm ready to rehearse, like, nice to see you all, and not be like, what the fuck is happening? So that's a weird thing. When you're the only trans person in the workplace, and you're just like, anyone else freaked out right now? And everyone else is like, no, what? Did you see the new Harry Potter series? And I'm just like, So, yeah. Ava Cortez says, do you have a podcast too? Yeah, me and two friends run a movie review podcast called Kill James Bond, where we talk about boy movies. None of us are boys, but we all used to be. So we just started this podcast talking about boy movies. So Kill James Bond. You can find it wherever podcasts are sold. We're doing the Transporter series at the moment, the Jason Statham movies, and they're so good. I'm really enjoying them. We called it Kill James Bond because we started out with all the Bond movies. So we're doing the Transporter right now, and we're doing Fast and Furious next, which I'm like, I really want to be in that. I want to be in that series. That'd be great. But yeah. Johnny D says, no matter what happens, you'll still be a bad bitch with good arms. Thank you. Thank you. I did triceps today. Today was triceps and chest. My shoulders are getting nice too. My shoulders and my upper back are getting good because I've been doing a lot of fighting, a lot of fight training, which I really like. It turns out I really like boxing. I'd probably do boxing as a hobby if it weren't for, England. Maybe I'll take boxing lessons after I'm done on this thing. That could be good. But yeah. Ding ding ding. Yeah, it's good fun. Oh yeah, maybe I will do some boxing. Why the fuck not? YOLO. Maybe I'll go blonde and start boxing. Fuck it, why not? Jay, thank you so much for that super chat. That's really, really kind of you. I'm glad to finally catch you live. Here's my debt paid for not being on your Patreon all these years. Thank you, Jay. I really appreciate that. That's really kind of you. Zakon says, damn, your arms are looking hench. Thank you. I've been working on them. I'm working on them a lot. Yeah. It's good. It's cool. I like it. As a trans woman who did MMA, it's so much fun, says Rose Sarafilovich. Cool. You can get a cheap boxing bag and some gloves in case you have trouble finding a club, says Armin Gooks. Yeah, but I like taking lessons. I'm taking lessons at the moment as part of my training for this thing that I can't talk about. And I really like taking a lesson with someone, like getting on the pads, and I'm finding, so I've had really bad hip mobility for years and years. My hips have been so stiff because I sit down a lot. And I'm finding that boxing is really opening up my hips. And like, I can even see the difference in my hip flexors in the mirror. I'm like, oh wow, okay, I can see it. Like, but just because you have to punch from the hip. It's helping my hip mobility. It's helping my knee mobility. I mean, you think boxing was all about here, but it's not. Like, it's helping my shoulder relaxation too. Like, it's really, really nice. Yeah, it's really cool. Create a clash. Yeah. Watch out, Logan Paul. Going down. No. He kicked my ass. Like, that guy's ripped. No. What are we talking about anyway? Oh yeah. So there's one we're still talking about the video. I did make a mistake in the video. I got something wrong. I made a mistake. Wait, that's not right. What's going on here? What? No, that's me right now. What's happening here? God, the computer's squirrely tonight. Here we go. Was Nietzsche MAGA? Here we go. Don't look at anything behind the scenes.
Students with ADHD.
I don't give a damn. Don't advertise to me. It's me. I own this channel. Don't advertise to me. You're not supposed to do that anyway. I was trying to say, I got something wrong when I made the video. I said that Nancy Mace was the US representative for North Carolina. That is not true. She is a representative for South Carolina. Apologies to the people of North Carolina. Nancy Mace does not represent you, and I'm sure you'll be very, very relieved to find that out. But there you go. Wanted to correct that error. Numbers wise, this video did pretty good. It's got what, 600,000 views and change at time of recording. Should be decent. Didn't set the world on fire. It was funny actually. I was chatting behind the scenes with the Nebula team about this. Like, was Nietzsche woke? Was Nietzsche MAGA duo? And we were wondering like which one's going to do best. And some people were like, oh, it's going to be the MAGA one, 100%. And it didn't. Actually, there was Nietzsche woke. Did really well. That's on its way to 1 million. This one, still about 600,000 plus. So I'm like, huh, okay. Interesting. But yeah, still pretty good. Pretty solid, pretty good numbers. Can't complain about that. I mean, for a part 1 and a part 2, that's like 1.5 million between them. Yeah, pretty happy with that. Not bad for a day at the content mines. Very respectable. What else we got here? Oh, Transphobia Watch. Dun, 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 dun. Good evening and welcome to Transphobia Watch. Tonight's top story is how much transphobia was there in the comments of this video? The answer is, I'm afraid, a lot. A great deal. A lot of transphobia this time. Real bad too. Really nasty this time. Which is a shame. It suggests that the video is probably reaching new audiences who haven't yet the transphobic. If like 0.5% of the YouTube audience is transphobic, then as like and then they get like muted on my channel so they can't comment again. Then if it reaches new audiences, I get a bunch more transphobics. I'm like, I haven't yet banned you. Here we go. So it was some pretty bad transphobia. Also some climate denial. Couple of climate deniers in comments in chat this time, which pretty rare on my channel. Don't often get them cropping up. But I was like, oh, okay. Just kind of like turning over a rock and finding an interesting shaped piece of shit. And I was like, oh, just banned, gone. I also had one person say that I was Luciferian, and I was like, ooh, that's a new one. Just because I'm trans. They were just like, well, you're Luciferian, you're devil, like demons. And I was like, oh, interesting. Just offensive, obviously, but just interesting one. Thank you so much, Kropotkin, for that super chat. Drawing a blank on anything clever or insightful to say. You like philosophy too? Oh, thank you. Yeah, somebody said I was Luciferian, and it reminded me of like a really interesting conversation I had a couple months ago with a trans woman who's a scholar of Islamic literature, and we were having this conversation about whether trans people were more like Lot's wife in the Bible or like Lucifer in Paradise Lost, and she took the position that we're like Lot's wife because it's like so in Genesis, Lot and his family are ordered to flee the city of Sodom and Gomorrah as God is about to smite it. And they're told, don't look back. And Lot's wife turns around and looks back, and she is turned into a pillar of stone, of salt. And so my conversational partner was saying, well, that's what trans people are like. It's like we flee the violent regime of gender, and we turn around and we look at it and we see it for what it is. We see the sin and we see the violence inherent in gender. But when that happens, you are rendered unintelligible. Nobody can, like a lot of cis people can't imagine what you've seen or believe it because they're still like, it's still in them. You're like out of the matrix, as it were. And so she said, it's as if you've been paralyzed and turned into a pillar of salt. And I was like, interesting. And I was like, no, I don't know. I think we're like Lucifer in Paradise Lost. And it's like, especially trans women. Because I'm like, well, we're shown an image of a man, Adam, or whoever, and then told this is the best thing ever, and we said, no, I won't bow to that. That's not the best thing ever. I'm the best thing ever. Fuck this. I'm not doing that. And then we get cast out of the Garden of Eden, and we get cast out of paradise, and we come back up again as a new thing. It's like, well, better to reign in hell than serve in heaven. And I said, there's something about the kind of like being cast down and then rising back up again that I was like, that's very trans femme. And my conversational partner, who's a devout Muslim was just like, well, not quite as on board with that, but interesting analysis. And I was like, fair enough. So yeah. Zaycon says, I didn't even know about your Nebula video and coincidentally re-downloaded Outer Worlds yesterday to try and recover from a really rubbish week. Hey, nice. Nice. Austere Squire says, hell yeah, that's metal. Yeah, right? That is metal. And we're angry, says Feminist. Yeah. I don't know. I wouldn't necessarily go around openly saying trans people are Luciferian. But just this comment, there's this commenter who called me Luciferian. I was just like, I guess I'm proud, I guess. You know? Have a whole month for it, actually. Yeah, I'm proud 1/12 of the time, at least. I mean, what are people saying in chat here? And then I'll talk to chat and then for a bit, and then we'll look at some comments. There's some great comments under this video. Is Luciferian really an insult, says Zekon? I think they meant it as an insult. I think they definitely did. Yeah. Have you seen Revolutionary Girl Utena? No, I haven't, says Captain Novelin. I'm sorry. What is your favorite genderqueer lesbians with swords media? Probably House of the Dragon, I think. Yeah. I'd have to say that. If given the chance, would you make a YouTube poop, says Gurge. You know, I did actually make one. Years and years ago, when I was like in my first year of YouTube, I did make a YouTube poop that I now can't find because I don't know what channel it was. I had a separate channel for it that I now can't remember any of the name or login details for. Like I have no idea, but I definitely did make one. I definitely did make a YouTube poop at one point. I've been in a couple too, and I love them. Like they're still when I just need to just like unwind my brain, I'm like, oh yeah, I'll stick on a YouTube poop. Like, yeah, it's an art form. It's an art form. Very tall Bart's like very tall Bart. The YouTube poops of Dennis Prager. I just beautiful, fantastic work. Lynx Alexander says, I was really impacted by the uncut cleaning up shot in the credits of the Nebula video. Can you talk to us about the creative process? Yeah, sure. Let me call that video up. So the creative process, well, I remember me saying on the last stream that originally the Nietzsche thing was all going to be one video and it was going to be massive, and then I decided to break it up. So, you know how I sometimes like to write little sketches of characters and like sprinkle them throughout the video? There were like going to be like 5 or 6 of them in the Nietzsche thing, and then I just sort of like amalgamated them for this. And then I wanted to, just like express some of my feelings about nihilism and about this video game that I loved. I just wrote my feelings out very raw and then went back and edited them. And I played the game and like, especially the soundtrack, which I love, just listened to that a lot. And then, yeah, it just sort of like flowed. It just sort of came out of me. I talked about just what I like about the game and what I just wanted to share why it means something to me. So, yeah. That's kind of the creative process. It's not really helpful, right? It's just the creative process is, I just did it. Like, but yeah, I just did. I just wanted to share why it moved me. Because I was playing the game a lot and like not working and despairing and playing the game a lot. And then I started to think about like, why am I doing this? And so I just wanted to kind of share it really. Dot Maverick says, if you could have a cheat meal as you're dieting, what would it be? I'd love some cookies. There's a really great cookie store around the corner from me. And it's like, oh, I'd love some cookies. But I'll be good. So it's my birthday soon. And I'm going to be going out. God, it's my birthday in 9 days. and I'm gonna be going out to dinner on my birthday, and I'm gonna save my treats till then. I'm like, well, I'm gonna go out to dinner, and I'm gonna have a really nice meal and a really nice dessert. I'm gonna have a drink too, which I'm not drinking at the moment, but I'm gonna have a drink on my birthday. Have a nice cocktail and a nice, bottle of wine with the person I'm going out to dinner with. So that'll be nice. I'm gonna have a lovely chocolate dessert. I think it's gonna be great. Do you have any suggestions for stories that help demonstrate optimistic nihilism or absurdism? Not off the top of my head. Other than like Camus, I guess, like Myth of Sisyphus. But you probably already knew that one, right? So, yes. Happy almost birthday, says people. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I haven't had any, I haven't had time to plan a party. I haven't. Because I've been so busy. I haven't had a day off in ages. So I used to have a party every year on my birthday, but I don't have time right now. I might have to do it at the end of the summer when I finish this thing I'm doing. Because I'm real busy, and I'm about to get like solid busy for like 3 months filming. So, yeah. But on my birthday, it's gonna be a busy few days actually, because on the 23rd, which is the day before my birthday, sadly I have to go to a friend's funeral. It just sucks. 24th is my birthday. Gonna take that off. Gonna do more my traditional birthday things. Have my traditional birthday breakfast, and then I don't know what I'm gonna do in the day. Probably just chill out. Maybe have a nice bath. Oh, that would be nice. I'll have a nice bath. Yeah. Open my presents if I have any presents, and then I'm gonna go. Out for dinner. Sir says, "How do you cope with ADHD in writing?" I don't have ADHD. that's how I cope with that. Bulletproof tactic, if you can do it. Yeah. Yeah. As people saying, condolences. Yeah, it sucks. Yeah, but I was surprised. The news kind of like, when I heard about it, I was like, wow, God. Anyway, someone says the ultimate ADHD hack is just not having ADHD. Yeah. Nailed it. Nailed it first time. Yeah. Sure, why not? Thank you. That's a nice comment. Hey, speaking of comments, should we talk about some comments? Let's talk about some comments. Wah. Hello. Okay. Oh yeah, so this comment from someone called Nunyabidness 3815 said that in addition to learning about philosophical worldviews like anti-modernism, it would be cool to get some insight into like how those ideas are packaged and sold. Just like talk about how people get taken in by them. And I used to have I still do have a character on the show called Adelaide who like illustrates the way ideas get sold in mainstream press. Maybe I should search for a reason to bring her back. I've kind of not really known what to do with her for a while, but maybe I should find a reason to bring her back. So yeah, but it's cool. It's a cool distinction to make between the ideas and the marketing of the ideas. So yeah. Armin Gooks asks, have you seen The Last of Us or A Handmaid's Tale? I haven't seen The Last of Us. I haven't seen Handmaid's Tale. I saw season 1 of The Last of Us. I've seen the first 2 episodes of the show, the new season. And I have the rest of the season because they sent it to me in advance as a screener. But I haven't seen it. I watched the first 2 episodes of it, and then I haven't had time to watch the rest. Finn Vara says as a veteran they really loved this video series. I'm really glad. Thank you. That means a lot. And Thomas Steffer says thank you for your thought-provoking and approachable content. Thank you. No spoilers, says Paul C. No, don't worry, I won't spoil anything. No spoilers, yeah. I had to, don't worry, I had to like sign stuff to see it. Like I can't, yeah, I'd be in big trouble if I spoiled anything. But yeah, I've seen the first 2 episodes of the new series. I'm not even allowed to react to them. Matt says seeing you in Game of Thrones was such a trip. Thought it was just someone who looked like you. I mean, I'm a professional actor. Like you're gonna see me around. Yeah. Sorry. I mean, I'm gonna be in like movies and TV series and stuff. It's gonna happen occasionally. But yeah. I don't know. Oh yeah, here we go. This comment from No Sense of Humor 1. They point out that when Nietzsche says there are no facts, that's actually a factual claim. And yes, that's very good. Very good. Like very good to notice that. It does on the face of it appear to be a contradiction. And Nietzsche scholars will probably tell you that he sometimes employed contradictions deliberately as a kind of like strategy of provocation to try and provoke people into critical thinking, or perhaps just to irritate them. It's a bit of a troll. So yeah, well done for noticing that. That's like a good thing to notice. That he does. He was probably aware of that, and like may have been either being ironic or provocative, or we shall see. Paul Brianza says, anything upcoming? I'm filming a thing this summer. I'm filming a big action thing this summer, but I can't tell you what it is. But that'll be coming out next year. So, yeah. Yes, is the answer to that. And it's awesome. And I'm so revved. Yeah, it's great. But I can't tell you what it is. Dominic Doherty says the classic religious technique of if it looks like a contradiction, that's actually your fault. Yeah. I'll tell you what though, this comment, it reminded me of an article I read a while ago in the London Review of Books called Hair Splitting, which was about new translations of Marx. It was by this guy called Peter E. Gordon, and he was asking like, well, there's this new translation of Capital that's just come out, and he was saying, well, why do we issue new translations and stuff like that? Because we've already got an English translation of Marx. Like, why do we need more? And he was saying that, well, part of what Marx was trying to do was to provoke and to push people into critical thinking and to noticing things about the world around them. And if there's an accepted translation of every little thing, then some of the little terms that he uses end up becoming dogma, right? It becomes about like, well, Marx says this and we use his terminology. Things can sometimes be archaic or stayed or stuck. And so every now and then it's good to just have a fresh translation and like update the language a little bit. To avoid them becoming dogma, because he wasn't trying to write dogma, he was trying to get people to think. And I think we might be able to view Nietzsche through that lens too when he uses contradiction as like, well, this is a technique that he uses in his writing. Excuse me. Yeah. Just making sure I don't miss anything from my notes. I'm gonna skip those two actually because they're not that good. Oh yeah, so this one from Misfic 2818. Remember I mentioned a woman in the video who had the woman who I overheard in the tea shop in Montana, who said that she was Cherokee, and they gave that as a reason for opposing vaccination. So Misfic 2018 says that as a member of the Eastern Band of the Cherokee Indians, that woman is wrong, that the Cherokee Nation traditionally vaccinated their children even before colonization using traditional methods, and still vaccinate their children on reservations now. So yeah, thank you very much for chiming in with that. That's cool. The perils of perspectivism, I guess. I don't, well, maybe I shouldn't judge by appearances, but I think the woman in the tea shop who I overheard was claiming a distant Cherokee ancestry rather than a recent one. It seemed that way to me, just on context clues and what she was saying. So maybe not, though. Maybe not. But good to know. Cool insight. Thank you for offering it. The 23 Anonymous said that Nietzsche disliked nationalism, and for that reason he might have looked down on the MAGA movement. Yeah, that's a really good point, actually. So he did, and I think that's probably something that I wish I'd spent more time talking about that. That's another thing that I kind of glossed over a little bit, so apologies for that. I could have done with a more nuanced framing there. This one from Moe Hippo said my videos have been ending on a downer lately. And yeah, I guess they have a little bit since the TikTok one. But then the Outer Worlds video ended on a slightly more positive note, and people verbatim on Tumblr, do you sense that vibes, and London Deer sense that vibe. So I don't know. It's sometimes it ends on a downer. Weirdly, the Thomas Jefferson one kind of, part 2 of that kind of ends a little bit more positively. Weirdly, kind of. You'll see. We'll get there. Yeah. Coddlesworth says I'd love to see an Abigail Thorne John Oliver team up. So would I, actually. That would be kind of cool. I shook hands with him very, very briefly last year at a thing. It was at the Emmys. He just won an Emmy. And I walked up to him and I was like, glad to see more Brits taking over the industry? And he went, always. He's a short guy. Yeah. I wouldn't mind doing that, He probably won't remember ever having met me, but I'd be down with that. I think there either are or in the past have been some writers on Last Week Tonight who watch my stuff. Pretty sure some of them have seen my stuff. So, I wouldn't mind. Yeah. Becca Ella says, Thomas Jefferson, wow, that sounds really interesting. Yeah. So the next couple of videos are going to be big ones. There's going to be a little one and then a big one about Thomas Jefferson, a 2-parter. And then there's also... No, yeah, that's it. There's going to be a little one and then a big one about Thomas Jefferson. So, yeah. Richard Lynch, 1094... said they'd love to see a trad wife. They're out there. They walk among us, man. They're out there. I'm sure if you type that into TikTok, you'll find something approximating what you want. Yeah. And finally, Riley McLaughlin said that I kind of let JD Vance off the hook, because I said that Vance wants America to have a spiritual renewal, which is true, but more specific than that, he wants America to be spiritually renewed by his religion in particular, which is his weird brand of right-wing American Catholicism, in quotes. So, yeah. Important distinction to make there. Thank you for bringing me up on that. Okie dokie. Those are all the comments I have for you. What am I reading at the moment? Do you want to know what I'm reading at the moment? I'll tell you what I'm reading at the moment. I'm reading Moby Dick by Herman Melville. I can't say why I'm reading it, but I'm reading it. And I really like it. It's surprisingly funny, actually, which I did not expect. For a 19th century novel, there's parts of it that are laugh out loud hilarious. And there's a lot of cool stuff in there about whales. Obviously, there's a whole mid section when it's just yeah, this is everything that we know about whales right now. And I'm like, cool, man. Sounds cool. And the whole thing is presented as a fisherman's tale. So even the stuff was yeah, whales are a kind of fish. I'm just you silly old so-and-so Ishmael, you salty sea dog. So yeah, it's good. It's really, really funny. And quite powerfully moving and quite beautiful in places too. People often compare it to Shakespeare, Shakespearean, and I'm oh yeah, definitely there's parts of this that are Shakespearean. Ava Nurse says, Abigail, what's your favorite animal? Great white shark, 100%, all day, every day. So yeah, it's really fun. Highly recommend. If you check this out. Have you heard of this? Have you seen this? Have you heard of this? Just dropped new novel, Moby Dick by Herman Melville. He's gonna go far, I bet. He's dead. But yeah, really good. Yeah. Highly recommend. I've been reading that. I'm almost done with it. Also, another thing that's quite nice, fits in with my life quite well. Chapters, very short, usually just 2 or 3 pages. I'm like, oh, cool, because I'm usually quite on the go, so I can read a couple of chapters on the tube, and then I'm like, great, I'm off. So it's good fun. Good fun. I think he was genuinely trying to explain whales. Yeah, I think he was. There's like the whole like middle third of the book is him just being like, this is everything that we know about whales and how to kill them. And I'm just like, okay, man, cool. Whatever. You know, and then like Adventures on the Heist, he's like, okay, back to the story. Like, he just kind of cuts away from the story. Just like explain everything about whales. I'm like, cool, man. Sick. Yeah. Also, yeah, it does have a lot to say about racism, says Mon Bodnar. There's parts of it that are like, obviously it's written in the 19th century, so there's parts of it that are like shockingly racist. But then there's also parts where the protagonist or the narrator Ishmael will say something. He's like, well, I guess he is and then just like say a bunch of slurs, and then like, but at the same time, he's a great man, and like I believe that, you know, the soul has no color and stuff. I'm just like, yeah, he's like not really committing to be racist, but he's not really like, you know, anti-racist either. I don't. He's not woke. Ishmael's not woke. There's no room for wokery on a whaling vessel, is there? There's not time. There's not time. Moby Girl Dick. No. But it's good. It's good. Highly recommend it. Queequeg is the goat. Yeah, I like Queequeg. He's cool. Dialogue kind of racist. Not really sure where he's meant to be from. I'm like, is that a Pacific Islander? I don't think you can be writing them like that, my dude. But hey ho, it's a good book. I recommend it if you can get past that stuff. It was also based on a real shipwreck. Yeah. It was based on what is it? The Essex. It was not HMS Essex. It'll be the SS Essex. I don't remember now. But yeah, the Essex was sunk by a bull sperm whale. And then Herman Melville heard about that and was like, ooh, I'll write that into a novel. And then nobody will ever buy it. And then it won't be appreciated until long after I'm dead. No room for whaling on a woke vessel. Very true. Very true. Absolutely. Maybe it was the woke propaganda of the day. I don't know. I don't really know. I'm not a dick historian. Pequod. Yeah, that's the name of the boat. The Pequod. But anyway, yeah, I've been reading Moby Dick lately. I'm really enjoying it. I read Crime and Punishment on my holiday too. I finished it. It's good. I liked it a lot. I think I'm enjoying Moby Dick more though. Just because I'm just an adventure on the sea, you know? Just enjoying that a little bit more. It's a bit more. I'm just enjoying. I like a good adventure story, you know. Anyway, why don't we hang out for another 10 minutes or so? Because I'm a little sleepy tonight. I'm also going to get up early in the morning to be fighting. I've got fight training first thing tomorrow. So why don't we hang around for another 10 minutes or so? But before we do, I'm going to refill my glass with some nice juice. You guys think of whatever questions you want to talk about in the last 10 minutes or so of the stream, and then we'll hang out for a little bit when I get back, okay? Be back in a sec. Oh, my legs! Oh, God, my legs! Ah. Man, that's squats. That's squats and deadlifts, that is. Oof. Okie dokie. Let's hang out for another 10 minutes or so. Ooh. Oh, I'm gonna sleep well tonight. LeBlanc says, I just noticed that's probably the same fireplace from the work episode. No, it's not. No. That is in that fireplace where we filmed that is in an abandoned house in, I want to say East London. Yeah, I think it's in Northeast London. It's like a filming location. It's not a real. This fireplace, you can't like have a proper fire in it. You can put a candle in it, but you can't emit smoke in London. But yeah. Have you read the play The Fire Raisers by Max Frisch? Yeah. That's where I got the arsonists. That's where I got it from. That's where I got the inspiration. Yeah, you're on my wavelength. Nice, good choice. Do you have any pets? No, I would love a kitty cat, but alas, my landlord won't allow it. I've asked her twice. And she, yeah, a kitty. I would love a kitty. It would go so well in here. It would make me so happy, and I would take such good care of it. I would be so good with a kitty. It would make me so happy too. But sadly, no. If I could have any mythical creature as my companion. I might go for a sphinx, because that's quite close to a kitty. That's the closest I can think of to a kitty cat. Have there been people who recognize you from your acting jobs instead of your videos? Yeah. Quite a lot, actually. Normies tend to. Also people in the acting industry, which is fun. Yeah, there are. I'd say it's about 50-50. But yeah. Katrina Dear Cop says, are you really able to raise your voice? Do you mean in terms of volume? Yes! I can! I don't want to blow out the microphone, but yes, I can. Yeah. Part of that is I trained at drama school, but yes, I can. Snakes are easy to keep and they're cute. Yeah, but you can't. Well, I want something fluffy. I want something fluffy so I can cuddle a kitty. Morgana has a pet cat and I love him so much. Calcifer. He's such a sweet boy and he's so beautiful. I love him. She sent me a video of him today and I'm just like, let me cuddle the kitten. He's so sweet. Yeah, I want a cat. Someday. Go blonde, take up boxing, get a cat. Well, I can't get a cat as long as I'm living here in this flat. And I'm getting a good deal on this flat too, so I want to stay. My landlord is putting the rent up this year. But still, it's like I'm still getting a good deal on it despite that. So, is there anything I would add to my artists and fandoms video? Whoa, I don't know. I'd have to go back and watch it because remember you might have watched it 10 minutes ago, but I made that like 50 years ago. I made that sometime in the Mesolithic era, so I'm gonna have to go back and rewatch that one. Can you get a rabbit? I could, but they're a bit shit. Do you know what I mean? I mean, no offense if you own rabbits, but I'm just like, that's not a pet, that's dinner. That's pie, that's going in a pie. That's getting braised with creme fraiche and mustard. I'm a rabbit, it's not going to survive. I'm going to get hungry one night and eat that thing. Like, no, a friend of a friend has a rabbit and it is cute. And I'm just like, somebody says, please do more audiobooks. Hey, if you cast me in it, I'll do it. Like, you got a job for me. Email my manager, please. Just would love it. Any kind of acting job you got, just send them in. Like, I am available for hire. Yeah. Most bunnies don't enjoy cuddling. There, you see. Yeah. Rose Sarafilovich says, as a trans actress, I feel weird auditioning for female parts, but I'm also uncomfortable playing a man. Do I just try going for both? I mean, that depends on you and what your casting is. which is the acting industry safe saying, like, it depends what you look like. I audition for cis roles more than trans roles, because the trans roles that are available in London right now, I'll tell you what they are. They're all like, we would love it if you were between 1 and 3 years in your transition, which is not a measure of time. It's they want you to look clocky, is what they want. They want a certain kind of like young, very thin, model, hot trans girl, but like clocky core. That's what they want. They do not want someone who looks and sounds like me. They do not want that. They want fucking they want my buddy Charlie is what they want. Because she's, no, that's not harsh. I'm not gonna say that. No. I was just said that because I was talking to her the other day about this phenomenon. But they don't want me. So you gotta look clocky. You gotta look clocky core. If you're being cast in one of these ads, it's like skincare, inclusive skincare ads, and you'll be like throwing water and fruit in your face, and there'll be like 5 of you, and then like one person will be black, and one person will be fat, and one person will be trans, and then you'll be like, skincare, like skin. Have you heard of it? Get some, that kind of thing. Then you gotta be clocky. I don't audition for. I don't really get asked to audition for trans roles anymore. I just go for cis roles, and then most of the time they're like, "Wow, you're way too tall to play this," and I'm like, "Yeah, great." Honestly, it's my height comes into play more than anything now. I was chatting about this the other day to an actress she's cis and she's my height. She's 6'1". She's like, "Yeah, never get cast as mum or girlfriend. You'll get cast as a lot of aliens, lesbians, and villains." And I was like, "Great, cool, sounds fantastic." She's like playing one of the witches in Macbeth right now, and I'm like, "Great, sick." Feminist says you have to be visibly identifiable as trans to a cis audience. Yeah, you do. Yeah, they've got to be able to tell. They don't like the idea that you might hide. That you might be undetectable, like a Soviet submarine. No, they don't like it. So, love a good alien witch role. I've played an alien witch. I did an alien witch in Star Wars. It's good fun. There you go. I feel like you're going for the Carrie-Anne Moss niche. Thank you. Carrie-Anne Moss is one of my acting heroes and influences. Thank you. I guess one big distinction between me and Carrie-Anne Moss is that she is very, very small. Tiny, tiny lady. I met her when we did Star Wars. She's very briefly, but she's very, very small. But yeah. R.I.P. Eurus, says that other Ted. Hey, we didn't see her die. We didn't see her die. Oh no, we did. Yeah, we did. Okay. I forgot about that, yeah. Yeah, R.I.P. RIP. 7 euros. The hunt for red transgender. Oh, somebody posted fan art on the Tumblr? Alright, let me see if I can get that up. We'll make that the last thing we do. I'm not seeing it. Where did you post it? Not seeing it, Migs. You haven't sent it to my inbox, have you? Who are your biggest inspirations / role models? Says Holden Amarello. For acting, Carrie-Anne Moss and Sigourney Weaver. For writing, Vladimir Nabokov and William Shakespeare. Hundo. You tagged me. How do I see who tags me? What does that even mean? How do I search for this, Mix? What am I doing? What is this? Great. Oh! Hey! Alright, I found it. I also found... Oh my gosh, I found a whole bunch of fan art. Amazing. Alright, cool. Give me a second here. I will download this. I will download it. Save image as. Yeah. Please save as a JPEG, not a web. Yes, it's saved as a JPEG. Yes. This one too. I know. Hey. I didn't. Somebody has made. I will show you this shortly. I won't spoil the surprise. Give me a minute here to rotate PDF. What am I doing? Oh yeah. Let me just. What's happening here? What? No, I don't want to do that. I want to go. I want a new window. Preview. Here we go. Here we go. All right. Let me size it up. Ka-ching, like that. And then I'm just gonna go boo boo. And I'm gonna go like this. There we go. Nailed it. This is the fan art from Migs. Thank you so much, Migs. This is really cool. Very cool. A little bit Doctor Who, isn't it? Very sick. Thank you so much. People in the chat saying I hate webput. I fucking hate webputs. No, it's not useful. Give me Jupug every time. It does look like a Disco Elysium character. You're right, Valerie, the lovely Italian. This is really good, Migs. I love the way you've captured the pose. I love the shading on the legs. Like it's so nice. Thank you. I love it. I really like it. Thank you so much. Solok Holmes says, if offered, would you play the Doctor? I'd definitely consider it. Like, I'd hear the pitch. I'd hear what they wanted to do with it. I've obviously thought about this. Like, I've got an idea for what I'd want to do, with the character if it was ever offered to me, and if that gelled with what the producers wanted, and yeah, I would definitely consider it. It could be fun. I have a friend who's on it. I think I've got a couple of friends who are on it, actually. Yeah, I've got a friend who's on it, and I think I've got a friend who's an associate who's who writes for it, I think. They've just started a new series of that, right? New series just started the other day with Verada. It's the new companion, Verada. Hell yeah. Austere Squire says, would you write a Doctor Who episode? Yeah, maybe, if I could be in it. I write so that I can act. My rule is if I'm writing something, I'm going to have at least one line in it. Even if it's only one line, if it's just like a barista, just be like, here you go. But I'm gonna have one line. I'm going to have an acting credit if I do it. Yeah, but people have been saying for a few years that they'd want me to play that role. And like, if wishes were casting calls, you know, then I'd already be there. But yeah, I wouldn't mind. I'd like to. I would definitely love to sit down with the creators, the producers of the show, and just been like, well, here's how I'd do it, or here's my idea for how I'd want to take it forward, or here's what I think would be an interesting series arc. Because the trouble, like they've done so much already, right? So the trouble is like, okay, how do you keep it fresh whilst also keeping it not too dissimilar for what people know? And I've got an idea for something I want to do with it. So I'm going to keep that pitch for myself. But we'll see. I could be tempted. Tyler Sveden says, is Doctor Who where some of your writing was stolen? No. That was something else. But yeah. I could be tempted. I'd be I would love to have that meeting. Maybe I will. Maybe I should. How could I? Is it possible? How do you get in touch with these people? Well, then, I know the person to ask. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, I'm talking about this lovely fan art. But anyway, speaking of me playing characters in space, I found another piece of fan art while I was on Tumblr. This one, I think it's an old one from Crispy Inks, is fan art of Ensign Eurus from Star Wars. Look at that! How good is that? There she is! There she is! It's the witch herself! There we go! I love this. This is so pretty. Look at that. Look at all the effort that's gone into that. Look at all the stars and the... Just, oh, I love that. R.I.P. Ensign Eurus. R.I.P. Hell yeah. Nice. I really like this. Really, really sweet. I really liked playing that character, you know. I really liked her. I got quite attached to her. Some of my characters I just sort of let them go. And it's not at all proportional to how much screen time they get. Some of them I'm just like, oh. But like Eurus, she really loved those two kids. She really, really wanted to do right by them. And I'm just like, oh. Yeah. Witches never die. Yeah. Beautiful, right? She lives on amongst the stars, says other. Yeah, she became one with the thread. Killed by Carrie-Anne Moss. Good times, good times. That was a good show. I liked being on that, man. That was really good fun. Yeah, the starscape is really pretty, isn't it? Okie dokie. Well, I'm up early in the morning to go fighting and training, so I am going to go and have a little sleepy. Gonna tidy up and have a nice little sleep. Thank you all so much for joining me. This was really fun. It's nice. This picked me up a bit. I was in a kind of a sad mood, but this has picked me up. So y'all have a great time, and see you on the Flippity Flop. I'm filming the Thomas Jefferson episodes in May, mid-May, because that's when the crew's available. So I've got a little bit of time to tweak the script between now and then. But yeah. Take it easy, everybody. Take a lemon squeezy, and have a great night.